Hey, Brett here. This is me continuing same day. I'm now going to go into Flamenco B, and Flamenco B is going to open up here. When I started this pose, first of all, I'll show you the pose before I fully go into it. I would use a strap, and I still use the strap, and I got to about here. And then eventually it got lower and lower and lower until eventually I could work all the way down to the floor. So when you start with these, if this is troublesome, get a chair and lean your leg against a chair. Again, remember, it's how it feels, it's not how it looks. So now I'm going to go into this pose, and as I do this, I'll set a timer and I'm going to give you some principles for the stretching in this approach to stretching that I take. All right. Alexa, 5-minute timer. So there are three basic principles quickly. Principle one, wet noodle. Muscles that are relaxed stretch better than muscles that are not relaxed. If possible, you want to wet noodle your entire body. Sometimes that's not possible, but try not to do too much forcing of anything. And really, the key is loose muscles, relax. Next one, how do you get them to relax? You breathe to relax. So, into a count of four. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 seconds in approximately, and out to a count of 8, 7, 6, etc. Now, what this does is when you breathe in or an inhale, it micro increases your pulse. When you exhale, it micro decreases your pulse. How much it relates to your heart rate variability, and higher heart rate variability is correlated with health. So if you exhale longer than you inhale, you'll turn your pulse down. It also upregulates your parasympathetic nervous system or your rest and digest. If you do this a bunch, if you practice on a regular basis, long term, you'll lower your A1C. So it's very good for reducing stress, reducing inflammation, and so on. And then finally, the last one is passive tension over time. Now notice I've got a little bit of tension here. I could actually hold my foot with my hand, but what I'm actually doing is I'm pulling the strap and then I'm pushing the strap down with my head so that really I'm not doing anything to keep pressure on my foot. So my leg is relaxed, but I've got a little bit of pull from the strap and I'm getting a nice stretch here and also opening up here a little bit. So this is definitely getting the medial side